When My Dying Bride released a demo tape, the only demo tape, in 1990, it could have been 1991, there was no internet, of course. So we had to post these things to various places. And we got so much feedback from Western Europe. It was incredible. Germany, Holland, Belgium, France, Luxembourg. These people absolutely loved it. They felt a real deep passion for My Dying Bride. And whatever we were saying, it spoke to them, particularly the people from Belgium. And every tour we've done, we've included Belgium. They appreciate a more artistic approach. And so we've had a connection with the people from Belgium since 1991, since the demo. And we've kept coming back, and here I am today.
I've been to Belgium only with my other band, Winterfylleth, and one of my abiding memories of the Belgian fans with Winterfylleth was how much merch they wanted to buy. And at the end of the evening, we had nothing left, and so I learned that the Belgians like to collect.
I've always been given such a warm welcome here. It's extraordinary. It's a very, very beautiful audience, as tonight's show evidences. I have been to Amuz, to this performance venue before, but just to visit, so I've never played here. And so standing on that stage, it was the most extraordinary experience to actually feel the entire room as well, feel the acoustic, feel the people. It's a very alive room.
This venue, it's just incredible. Amuz, I believe it's called. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. The architecture is just so wonderful. And it's bizarre as well, because on one wall, there's this amazing green thing, which looks like a glittery painting. But at the bottom of it is a voltmeter, which you would find on an electrical piece of equipment. And that's on the wall. So it's an old building, but there's some modern interpretations of artwork. The acoustics are great because of the ceiling and all the marble. And I'm really looking forward to the show tonight, because I've never performed in a building like this before. It's unique and amazing and beautiful, and I wish there were more venues like this.
I started to organize a couple of gigs starting in 2015. Mainly brutal death metal, thrash, death doom in a couple of different locations, with the intention to provide rooms where bands could play that were a bit leveled up. Because a lot of even known metal bands play in crappy environments. So I want to give them a good treatment. I want to lift it up. That was my starting point. And then I got a couple of questions from people saying, I have an idea, I have some questions on, could we do something acoustic, some crossover related stuff with other genres, all those kind of things, and then inviting musicians, because I like also to bring in people from other countries, and not only European countries, but I also, even for one gig, I fly in people. So then I started off looking for this location, Amuz, Antwerp. It took me 4 years to be able to get in here to organize the first gig, because we all know, metal people, we look dangerous. We are wearing black, and that's it. We're very nice and very kind people. They saw that afterwards. What helped me to organize it was the DVD of Anathema in that big cathedral in London or in the UK. I don't know the exact location. And I let the people show the video, and then they agreed for a first gig. So that made the whole base concept of what we saw today again in this fantastic location that we are able to use. So this was the fourth gig that I did here.
about 18 months ago, Arth was asked to do a concert in Huddersfield Town Hall, which is a venue not usually used to putting on doom metal concerts. But the reason it was there was because it has a huge pipe organ. And we were asked to do a show called Organic Doom, where we played with full band, you know, all the guitars and drums, but also with a huge pipe organ.
I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. So Costas, a long-time friend when he was still living in Belgium, but he opened this whole additional level of possibilities by inviting me to the Organic Doom Festival, because he was playing opening set with Pantheist, but also playing keyboards for Art. I was able to get in early, have a chat with Aaron, long-standing icon, shitting my pants literally to be able to have a one-on-one picture with him.
Those who we cannot name. Time's golden winged chariot is catching up with me. Watching the eastern moon go down, we don't know why we are lonely. Where mortals stare at the face of God with a look of sovereign contempt. A noble gallery of clear masters in the halls of the greatest kings. Armed with a punishing coast, I am ripped all over your shore. Feasting with the children, the night consumes the stars. Drawing down the darkness, I close my eyes against the world and continually wonder, where are you? Thank you.
Philip, the organiser, attended a poetry reading that I did in a record store in Liverpool. It was World Record Store Day, and My Dying Bride had an album out, and so did Arth. So Mark Deeks was there as well. So he's promoting his band, I'm promoting my band. And the owner of the shop asked if I would read some of my poetry, which I've never done before. My poetry was always secret. It was just for me, and it was never meant to go anywhere. And I wasn't sure, and I spoke to a few people about it, and they said, you must do it, because one day you will regret not doing it. So go and do it, and show people this other side of you. So I was terrified, but I said, okay, God.
All beautiful movement and grace, wings glorious and proud. Taking the stick from me, she moves closer to the image and leans over a little and draws an X where her heart would be. She kneels, leans closer still, and with measured softness kisses her earthly heart. I observe from behind her black hair, a waterfall cascading down her.
When Aaron and I did the signing session at Darkher Records for our new records, we said, you know, why don't we do something together that's a little bit unusual, to give the people who are coming to this small signing session something cool to remember. So he was reading some of his poetry. We tried some poetry where I improvised piano at the same time, which is what we're going to try and do tonight as well. So no rehearsal, let's just see what happens. And then as a little bonus at the end, we said, why don't we do a My Dying Bride song with just piano and voice and see what it sounds like. And we did The Cry of Mankind.
Most of the poems are very personal. They kind of, they touch upon emotions and the darker side of your heart. And that's stuff that should stay private. But, you know, sometimes it's good to vent, to get these thoughts out. And so, you know, I was trembling, holding the words, and I read one after the other, and we got a good round of applause and all the rest of it. And then Mark played the piano while I read a few more. And it was amazingly successful. And Philip was in the audience, and when the event was finished, he came up to me and said,
Are you guys willing to do this on the other side of the pond in Belgium? Because I'm willing to organize this with you guys together.
Lonely ocean out there, watching from the
he kept in touch and he said, right, this event is happening, it's steamrolling, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's definitely happening. And of course my heart suddenly is going crazy and I'm thinking, I've only done it in a record shop. I've never done it in a venue before.
Basically gave myself and Aaron free rein, a blank page to say, you know, if we want to put on our own event here in Belgium, who would we want with us? What artists would we want with us? What would we want to do to the music in terms of reworking the music, collaboration, unique collaborations, alternate versions of the songs. And so that's what tonight is the result of.
They said we want to do it, but only if Quail can join. Because like you heard today again, played on a record of My Dying Bride, also played on a record of Art. Building a relationship, fantastic musician, also doing everything herself, fantastic in general. Everybody said 1,000 times, but she's an unbelievable woman.
Aaron was working with Mark to present some poetry and some piano. Mark, of course, is a great artist in his own right. So Philip saw the two of them together and an idea began to form. I have worked with many people in the industry, both of them, so it felt quite natural, I think, and I was very privileged that Mark telephoned me and said, do you want to be part of this, and will you play some Arth songs, will you play some My Dying Bride songs, will you do your own set? And then the whole thing spiraled from there.
And then I had long-standing friends, enormously close to my heart, Catherine from Sylvaine. We go back since 2016, the first gig that I organized where she was playing in together with Harakira for the Sky. I still remember she was opening for them, and started to build a relationship. I was one of the people that pushed her in the direction you should do something also by yourself next to your band. And she said, yeah, fantastic. And I said, I have another strange question for you. Are you willing to build or construct a song specifically for this event? And that was the song that you heard today, together with you. A couple of interactions that took place, and they crafted the song. And 2 days ago, they added the layer of Mark, and then they added the layer of Mace.
This event that we're performing at and we're talking about this evening is completely unique. It is one of a kind. Even if you put this same lineup together again, even tomorrow on the same stage, it will be a completely different performance. And that's the beauty of live music. The fact that everybody brings something different, they bring their own energies to the stage. The fact that it's put together with the mind, with Philip's mind, the mind of someone who has enormous vision and can see, and he's not operating like normal promoters do. He's not chasing how many people can bring into a venue. He's putting this together because it's art for art's sake, and this is the purest reason, the rarest reason, and I think therefore the greatest privilege to be part of something like this.
doing 4 My Dying Bride songs tonight. Some are just with piano and voice. Some we're having Quail join us on cello as well, because we have both recorded with her in the past, and so we're all good friends. And then at the end, we're going to have the Maze Voices a cappella choir come and join us as well. So it's gradually going to get more and more. And and Maze are going to be joining me for the art set as well. So a night of unusual versions and reworkings is in store.
It's the same words, obviously, and I get the same emotion when I sing the words. It's just different instruments. Instead of being heavy metal guitars and piano and drums, it's piano and cello. And My Dying Bride have used pianos on albums and cellos. We've done it all before. So it's not new, but it's probably unique. And we had a sound check, we had a rehearsal, and it sounded great because it's not only me, Mark, but Quail is playing the cello, and we have a choir. And I have never had anybody singing The Cry of Mankind with me, ever before. So this is going to be a unique moment where there must be 20 people in the choir, including me. It's 21 people singing The Cry of Mankind in a church with a cello and piano. It's going to be amazing.